Hello, I'm Dr. Cassie Rake, your Math Coordinator in Houston County. You have been chosen from among the thousands of students in Houston County to help your fellow classmates because you have traits that make you an ideal candidate as a peer tutor. You're knowledgeable, you're well-known and well-liked, and you've agreed to help us, and for that we thank you. The video you're making is a graduation test preview and a math coach on how to best work the assigned problem that you will be videoed doing on the HCBE website. Watch the video made by me following this introduction, take notes, and remember to include the important points on my video so that when you make your video, you make the same points. My video is kind of like a script for yours. The biggest difference is that students will want to watch your video. In your video, you'll first introduce yourself, tell what school you attend, and which problem you're working from the graduation test practice. Then you will begin. Thank you so much for your help in making these videos. You really are helping the entire county to achieve at a higher level on this newer and more difficult test. Now, you're doing problem number 11. Problem number 11 says the domain of the function f of x equals 5 times 1/4 to the x power is x is greater than or equal to 0. What is the range of the function? Remember that domain is all the values of the x's. Okay? Domain is x's. It's asking you what y's or f of x is. Go with that. Well, you know, if we had calculators, and I just want to show you this. This is a graphing calculator, which you will not be allowed to use on the test. If you had one, you'd plug that in and you would look either at the picture, and you'll notice that it's going down, 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 down as x gets bigger, or you would go to the table and you would look at that. Hold on a second. Table. Okay, there it is. And you would go down that table, and what you'll notice is it says that it's requiring that x is 0 or greater. If you look at the table, these numbers are getting teensy, itty bitty tiny. They're getting very, very close to 0. But see, you don't have this, and so this is what I would tell you to do. Okay? In the absence of this, you still will have a scientific calculator. You're going to make your own table. Okay? It says, what is it? It says greater than or equal to 0. So the first step is go like this. Okay, here's x, here's f of x, also known as y. Okay? At 0, because it's an or equal to. At 0, what is it? You would work it out. 5 times 1/4 to the power of 0. And you can put that in your calculator, and you will get 5, because anything to the 0 power is 1, and then that would be 5 times 1. Okay? So that's 5. If you plug a 1 into your calculator, go 5 times 1/4 to the power of 1. Well, 1/4 to the 1 would be 1/4, and 5 times that would be 5/4. 5 over 4. Your calculator would probably deliver back to you 1.25. So you'll notice that what happened for the y's, or the f of x's, is that it went from 5 to 1.25. You can start to see, oh, wait a minute, this is decreasing. Put 2 in there. 5 times 1/4 to the power of 2. And again, plug this in your calculator. Don't take a risk of getting it wrong when you don't have to. Your calculator will either give you back 5/16, okay, or it would give you, and I've got my calculator right here, which I know you can't see, 5 divided by 16 is going to be 0.3125, about 0.3125. So it's very small. If you put 3 in, plug in 5 times 1/4 to the power of 3, and your calculator will give you the decimal 5, open parentheses, 1/4, or you could enter 0.25 because you know 0.25 is a quarter, up, let's do 3. Alright, I'm getting 0.078 about. 0.078. So it looks like it's getting close to 0, but what I want to know is, does it ever get to negative? Does it ever get below 0? So I'm going to put 100 in there. Okay? So I'm going to type into my calculator 5 times 1/4 to the power of 100. And I just want to see, what does it deliver back to me? 5 times 0.25 to the power of 100. Oh, wow, it gives me 3.1115074 e to the negative 60, which means when it's a negative, it's so tiny that it's put it in exponential form. Okay, So an e to the negative 60 means teensy, teensy, tiny. Still not 0 though. Okay? So basically what you're seeing is that as x gets big, y is getting small. But it never actually gets to 0. Okay? So f of x goes from 5 all the way down to almost 0. So it never is 0, but it is 5. So the equal to says because it actually does land on 5, okay? And the 0 it never actually gets to, so you don't put that it's equal to, okay? So 0 is less than f of x is less than 5. The reason I put the 0 on the left is because it's smaller. And if you put the small one on the left, then you can use less than signs, which the test will always do. So it's less than, it looks to me like C is the answer. Okay? The answer to that one is C.